All right, so we're looking at rules for functions. So we're going to give you tables and you need to find out the rule from that table. So let's look at this. So what I want to show you is write a function to represent the data in the table. Your input is your x. Your x is the things you're going to do to your x. And what do you do to your x to give you the y? Okay, but remember, so let's look at this. We've got x. What do we do to that x? What did we do to 0 to get 4? What did we do to 1 to get 5? What did we do to 2 to get 6? Well, in this instance, I can see that we added 4. Now, what's the most important thing is that your rule must be true for every pair of coordinates. So do I add? So check it. Look at your 1 and then say, do I add 4 to that? Yes. Do I add 4? Yeah. Okay. I know that I'm doing the right thing here. So we know we've got to add 4. And what do we have to add 4 to? We have to add 4 to our x. Now, the way you put it, the format you put it is you go y. So my answer is equal to x plus 4. Always in that order, okay? Y equals x plus 4. Let's look at another one. Okay, so -3, -5, -2, -3. Have a look and see whether you can work out what this is. I give you a clue. It's 2 different operations. So it's timesing by something and then adding or subtracting by something. Okay, I'll give it up. So what you've got to do here is you're going to times it by 2, and then you're going to plus 1. So if we times -3 by 2, we get -6. If we add 1, we go up again, we get -5. If we times -2 by 2, we get -4, and we add 1, and we get -3. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like. We know that we've got to times x by 2 and add 1. But we also know we've got to go y equals. We also know that we can't have a times in our answer, can we? Times are very shy. So how do we work that one out? We would go y is equal to 2x, because remember, that means 2 times x plus 1. So every single number, we have to times it by 2 and add 1. Times it by 2 and add 1. Okay. Right, now this is slightly different. Here you've been given the graph. Now what they've done is they've actually put your coordinates in there. Okay. Now you know that this is your x and this is your y coordinates. Okay. So now they say find the rule for this graph by first constructing a table of x and y values. So you're going to pull up a little table, x and y. So we're going to start here. We know that x was -1 and y would be -3. We put our next one in, which would be 0 and -2. If we go up the line, we've got 1 and -1, and then we've got 2 and 0, and then we've got 3 and 1. Okay, now we've got to work out what's going on. So from -1 to -3, we could say that what could we say? That we subtracted 2? Subtracted 2. Oh, yes. That's good, Mrs. Millard. Okay, so we subtracted 2. So remember, we have to go y equals, and it'll be x take 2. There you go. So that'll be your answer on that one. So now I want you to go and try some for me, okay?